Hello and welcome. Thank you all so much for joining us. This is part one, restaurant e-commerce. My name is Claire Shook. I'm the event coordinator with the West Business Development Center. This workshop is brought to you by the West Business Development Center. We are a nonprofit funded by the Small Business Administration, the SBA, a federal organization, and we host two centers. We host the Women's Business Center and we host the Small Business Development Center for Mendocino and Lake County. Now, West is funded through federal, California state, and local government grants. In exchange for those grants, we provide free confidential business services. Our goal is to offer our services to small business owners and entrepreneurs during every stage of business development. So whether you're just starting out with a part-time hobby or an idea, or you've been in business for many, many years, we want to be able to provide resources that help you run your business. Now, we do this primarily through our no-cost one-on-one counseling. So if you have a question or you're experiencing an issue starting your business or operating your business, you can speak directly with an advisor who is an expert in that field you have a question about, whether it's marketing, permitting, accounting, e-commerce. We pretty much run the whole gamut, and there are no limits to the number of sessions. We also offer low-cost workshops and free webinars like the one you're at today, as well as loan packets and loan advising. So if you have questions about a small business loan or you're taking out a small business loan, we have people who can help answer those questions. And that's pretty much how our funding is used. So if you'd like to learn more about becoming a client and taking advantage of some of our resources, I really encourage you to reach out and give our office a call or visit our website and get the process started that way. So now I'm going to hand things off to our amazing instructor today, who's going to teach you all about restaurant e-commerce. Kate Borland, please take it away.
Thank you, everyone. It's nice to be here. And my name is Kate Borland, and I am a digital marketing expert, actually more of a marketing expert with a focus on digital marketing, with more than 20 years experience in direct marketing, digital marketing, and really helping small businesses understand the customer journey so that they can, with their small budgets and so they can basically navigate the confusing world of marketing and getting customers and just really understanding what that customer journey looks like. So today what we're doing is this is going to be a 2-day workshop. And today is really about the rules of engagement. We're going to be talking about the customer journey. And my hope for today is that you will walk away with an understanding of what that journey looks like and how to leverage it, how to leverage that understanding to get more customers in your door, and get more repeat business. And then we'll also have a quick conversation just about, strategies and things that you can do to help increase the average ticket. This is a webinar format, so there is no, we're not going to be able to chat with voices, but please do ask questions. We have a small group here today, so use the chat box as it comes up. I'll be watching it. Right now I've got 2 messages in there, so I'll watch and see if there's anything that comes in there, and then I'll just try to answer them as we go, because we do have, but at the same time I want to make sure that I get the information shared and that we respect the hour that we have together today. So today again is about rules of engagement. Next week we're going to be talking about building the customer machine, how to create a really simple marketing machine that will introduce you to new customers, turn them into paying customers, or butts in seats, as I like to call it, and then even turning those people into raving fans. So, kind of pass through. So this workshop is for you if you are, you are a small business owner, you're a restaurant owner, and you really want to learn how to get more customers into your restaurant. So the benefit mostly from this workshop today, I want you to be an active listener, take notes. The screen size options are up in the upper right-hand corner. So if you need to increase or, just go there up the upper left-hand corner, bottom ribbon for controls. And that's where you're going to see be able to make comments into the chat box or the Q&A. I'll be checking both, and Clara will be working with me that as well. Use the questions and chat, and then enjoy what you learn and apply it to your business. I am going to be assigning you some homework for next week, really simple homework, but I want you to think about. So I'm going to kind of set the tone for that right now. But before we start, if anyone would, is there any specific question that you have coming in here that, as I'm going through some of the content, that I can address for you? Is any one burning question that you might have had before you joined today? Go ahead and put that into the chat for me so that I can make sure that I address any questions that you might have. And also just let me know that you can hear me. I don't see anyone coming into the chat. Is everyone able to hear me? Can you put 1 or 2 in the chat so that I at least know that you guys are able to hear me? There we go. Perfect. Okay, so no questions so far. Perfect. Just if you have them as I go through, just go ahead and use this chat. Thanks everyone for letting me know that you're able to hear me. Okay. All right, so here's what we're going to cover today. We're going to cover your customer journey. We're going to cover how smart restaurant owners leverage e-commerce and social media to get new customers and keep them coming back. We're going to talk about 3 ways to increase restaurant sales. And then finally, we're going to discuss the power of the ask and really what that means. So leveraging e-commerce and online marketing is critical to your restaurant success. And this is especially true since COVID-19. And I'm going to share some examples today of some really successful restaurants, one of which actually was a catering company. And through COVID-19, because they leveraged some of these tactics that I'm talking about today, they are in the process of opening a brick and mortar. An actual restaurant where people can come in and, a location-based restaurant as opposed to a catering themselves. So these tactics that I'm talking about today and these strategies that I'm going to share with you absolutely, positively do work. And there are huge new opportunities that are existing as a result of COVID-19. And hopefully we can have a good conversation about how to go ahead and use and leverage those opportunities for your restaurant or store. So what we're going to do is I want to talk about creating a plan to connect with customers and to stay top of mind. And it all starts with the customer journey. So to go deeper, the customer journey, we're again 3 ways to grow your restaurant sales, and then what it takes to build your raving fan engine. And I'm going to talk about that engine because it really is an engine that you're able to control. So how many of you, if you kind of put in the chat for me, let me go back to the previous screen. How many of you in the chat actually have restaurants that are open? How many of our, I know there's someone here had a tea shop. What other kinds of restaurants do you have? And are you struggling, or if you're willing to share that, or come tell me a little bit why you're here. So I know, is it a small restaurant? Are you the owner? Are you a manager? Kind of give me a little bit of information if you wouldn't mind down there in the chat, so I can again address. I'll wait for just a second to see what comes in. You guys are going to be quiet on me today. I really do encourage you to ask questions. It helps, and to participate. I do really well when you guys ask questions. I promise I won't embarrass anyone. Everything that is here will stay here. So, this is really use this time and leverage this time for you. So let me go ahead and talk through the customer journey, what that looks like. Let's see, someone did go ahead and you haven't started your business yet. Okay. So what kind of business what kind of restaurant are you looking to start? And so this is absolutely the place to be then, because I'll answer some of those questions. How many of you have a vegan bakery? Okay. Who else? So that's what you're starting as a vegan bakery, Jeanette? And who here has started restaurants and who here has not started restaurants or bakeries or any sort of a food industry related business? All right. All right. I am having a slideshow presentation here issue today. Okay, so let's talk about the customer journey so that you understand that, especially for you, those, whether you're struggling, whether you're thriving, understanding this customer journey is extraordinarily important. So there really are 5 stages to the customer journey, and those stages are discover, engage, convert, commit, and rave. And your goal as a small business owner, any small business owner, and today we're talking specifically as it relates to restaurants, but is to take as many of your first time customers, people who are just discovering you, from the discover stage to the raving fan stage. And discover means that they know that they want a vegan bakery. They know they want to eat vegan. They know they want Chinese. They know they want a tea shop. They know that they're looking for that kind of wonderful flavors and sensations and experience that what the food that you serve gives them. But they don't necessarily know that you exist. So what your job as a business owner is to help them discover you, that you do exist. And then once they discover you, that your business exists, how do you engage them? And engage means that they're going to visit your website, your social profile, or see your advertisement, and they're going to hopefully take some sort of an action. Maybe they'll create a reservation. Ideally, you have some kind of an offer on your website that invites them to give you their email address in exchange for a coupon, exchange for a special experience, exchange for something, so that you're able to measure, you're able to engage them, collect their email address, and follow up with them. But engage, it all starts first, they're finding out you exist, then they're going to engage with you, then you convert, and the convert means they come into the restaurant, they come into your store, and they actually purchase something. So convert means they've made that first purchase. Is it a cup of tea? Is it a box of tea? Is it a special, savory? Is it, whatever it is that you offer? They're going to come in, they're going to make their first purchase, and they're going to have their first visit. And then the next step is to have them come back and become a repeat customer. And I call that the commit phase. And the commit phase means that they come back. You're not the only restaurant. They're not necessarily a raving fan, but they might come back once a month, maybe once every couple months, periodically, once or twice a year. They know you exist. They liked the experience of being at your restaurant, and they come occasionally. And then you have the raving fan. These are your most loyal customers. These are the customers that come every Friday night. These are the customers that walk into the bakery every morning before they head into the office. These are the customers that have that cup of tea. They come for lunch. They come for, on a very regular basis. They're the ones that by first name. And they're going to be your smallest portion of your customers, but at the same time, they're going to be the ones that talk about you the most and that help bring new customers in your door. So it's your job as a restaurant. Your job as a restaurant is to take your customers through all 5 of these stages. And I'm going to talk today about how you do that and how to put systems in place to help you do that. So there are, and let me check and make sure I don't see, there's no one. So there are 3 ways to, oh my goodness gracious, guys, I'm sorry. There's 3 ways. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's 3 ways to increase your restaurant sales. And again, this is a different way of what I was just talking about. You're going to get new customers in the door. You turn them into repeat customers. and then to increase the average check. And I'll explain what that means. And then you have current customers that you bring back in. They come back, they repeat business again, they come back more often, ways to help them generate, to remind them to come back more often. That's the ask. And then, simple strategies to increase the average check and what that means. Does everyone understand what I mean by the average check? Does everyone understand what I mean by, repeat customers? Are there any questions that are popping in your head right now? If you could put that in the chat box for me, I'd appreciate it. So the first thing, as we're working in terms of discovering new customers, what does that mean? First of all, it means own your website. Create, as a small business owner, your location is everything. We've always heard location, 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 but in a digital world, having your own website with a shopping cart is extraordinarily important. And offering options to build an email list is also extremely important. The next thing is going to be, I want to make sure that you all claim your Google My Business listing and what that means and what that looks like. I think I have a slide in here, but I might have forgotten to add it in here. So since we have some time here, if there's not a lot of questions, I'll pop over into Google My Business and show you what that looks like. I want you to claim your Yelp listing. And then I want you to target birthdays and anniversaries as a way to help people, new customers, as an extraordinarily low cost for those of you who are, you spend a small amount, even $1 or $2 a day, to target people who are having birthdays and anniversaries on social media. There's with paid ads to help you drive new business into your store. And so once you discover the customers, it's your job to get in front of, to be where customers are searching. And so that's going to mean, Google My Business. Does everyone know what Google My Business is? Does anyone not know what Google My Business is? Can you comment yes or no in the chat box for me? Okay, so Jeanette knows. Does anyone not know what Google My Business is? How about Yelp? I'm assuming everyone knows what Yelp is. Okay. So once your customers have actually discovered you, they know that you exist. The next thing that you're going to do is you want to engage that customer. And you're going to do that by creating some kind of an offer. Buy one, get one free. Come in, and you're going to ask for an email address or a phone number if you're building a text list, so that you can build a database and invite them to come back. So in creating an offer is oftentimes when someone is looking for you, but they don't necessarily, you don't have a lot of reviews yet. They're new to town. When you create an offer, the purpose of that offer is to help you build a database. Going back to, I'm going to go back to this list here earlier. So remember, there's new customers, we're turning them into repeat customers, and then we're going to increase the average check. But let me go back to this customer journey here. The discover phase is really very much just about how do you get found. Engaging them is building that email list. And that you're going to do that, and from engage to convert, you're going to do that through some kind of an offer. The single most powerful thing that you can do for your business, especially if you're just starting out, and especially if you want to grow that business, is to create some kind of a small offer that will entice people to become a first-time customer. Because once you have people here, once they become a first-time customer and you have their email address or you have their phone number, then you can get them to commit and you can ask them to come back. This is kind of the ask phase. I need to change this before I send this. I'll put this as the ask phase. You're going to ask them to come back into your restaurant. Um, so I want you to really start thinking about, as we're going through this today, what are some of the offers that you can create. So you're going to build your database. You're going to create an offer. You're going to post calls to action regularly on social media. And those calls to action might be food. It might be, hey, listen, we've got some some amazing vegan blueberry muffins, or, in the bakery today, offering to buy one, get one free, some kind of an ask. And it does not have to be something that you're doing all day long. It can be done just on the fly. It can be scheduled. But these are the things, these are the elements that you're going to put in place to help you get found and noticed. Then once you convert and they become first-time customers, I want you to connect with them and engage with them. So you're going to email them weekly, and I'll show you some examples of some different emails, at least weekly, to let them know what's going on in the store. Let them know that, listen, if you want to pre-order, provide an opportunity for them to pre-order a dozen muffins, pre-order brisket, pre-order, some kind of a special meal that you only have on Friday nights, so that you're then able to control costs better because you've got things pre-ordered and you're not waiting for people to show up that depending on what kind of business you have, you've got to be, but there's ways of managing that and doing that. It can be gift cards, but you're going to, send weekly emails to communicate with people who have signed up for your list once they become that first-time buyer. Ask for reservations and understand the power of an offer. Once they actually come into the restaurant or come into your store, give them an opportunity. Again, maybe they found you on Google My Business or something like that, and they didn't actually visit your restaurant or your store. So make sure that there is a way, maybe a tent card, a sign with a QR code at the check register that invites them to, join your list, to join your text messaging list, or sign up to join your email to get some kind of a special offer. Promote your specials via email, take pre-orders, ask for reservations, invite them back. It's extraordinarily important to do that. And those are kind of the steps that you want to take to get people back into the restaurant, so that you start having regulars that come in often. And then you're going to create raving fans, in which case you're going to sell branded merchandise, maybe special events or special meals or something along those lines. Those are the people that are, they're on your birthday list, they're on your VIP list. They are, these are the people that you can ask them for reviews. That's basically the journey that we're going to be taking. So here's an example of an offer. This is something that we do. This particular ad is for a restaurant. It can be done for a bakery. It can be done for your tea shop. It can be done across the board. And it targets people who are having birthdays in the next 7 days via Facebook or Instagram. It's a very low cost because you're only being shown to people who are having birthdays in the next 7 days or anniversaries in the next 7 days. Then they're going to see this ad and they're going to be invited to click on this ad. And, your meal is on the house. To claim your free meal, comment on what your birthday is, claim the coupon. And usually birthdays and anniversaries tend to be, in fact, they are the most profitable party or customer base for restaurants. And the reason for that is, how many of you celebrate your birthday alone? Most of us, if we're going to go out to dinner, is always going to be with 2, 3, 4, 5 additional people. So you're not going out to a birthday dinner by yourself. You're going out to a birthday dinner as a group. And so because of that, you're giving away the birthday dinner or, whatever that might be for the birthday person, but everyone else is purchasing their meals, and they're purchasing their cocktails or whatever else it is that they are purchasing, so that, it becomes extremely profitable for you as a restaurant owner. And, when you have that into the, when you have a consistent base of first-time customers who are celebrating their birthday, celebrating some kind of a special occasion, then not only is it profitable for you, but you're getting new customers into the door. You've collected their email address, and then you're able to follow up with them to invite them back, to ask them back into the restaurant. Any questions? This is an example of on someone's website. They're just asking when they visit the website, sign up for events and discounts. They're going to give the name, they're going to give the email address, and you're going, and again, you're building that database. You're going to communicate with them to help them come back into your store so that they visit you more often and they become that raving fan. Here's an example. I think this is out of order. But here's an example of a local barbecue restaurant in my town. And this is how often they at least once a week, couple times a week, that they will send orders. Super Bowl parties, we've got you covered. It's meal time. Love for barbecue never dies. And they are in my inbox weekly, reminding me that, hey, order your barbecue, because every Friday, with COVID, what they did is they leveraged email to thrive. They didn't suffer. They absolutely thrived because they understood the power of the inbox. They understood the power of connecting with customers. I see a couple of questions here. So Larissa, to answer your question, oftentimes it's like buy one, get one free. It is normally when you're going to do some kind of a birthday offer, it's a buy one, get one free, or buy one, or maybe it might be a 50% off. If you are off of something, sometimes the offers are, a free dessert. Sometimes the offer are a free muffin. And typically it's a buy one, get one, because your goal as a restaurant owner is to get more than one person to come into the restaurant. So we'll cover more of that, next week, but part of the homework that I'm going to assign you this week is to have you look at restaurant offers and things like that, and find some different restaurant offers and come up with one for yourself. And we're going to be talking through how to put that together next week. Does that answer your question, Larissa? Okay. Any other questions come up along those lines? So this is what this is, how often that inbox looks like. This is, don't be afraid of, of emailing and building that email list and communicating via email. This is one of New Week, New Deal. We're slinging barbecue every Friday from 11 to 7. Order live for this week, and there's a new meal deal, and there's, dinner for 46 people at a great price, and their brisket, and this is what their special offer looks like. That's just kind of one idea. There's a couple other questions that have come up. Okay, so we've already done that. We're good. This is the inside of Odell's inbox of what my inbox is kind of what an example of an email message that I get from them every single week. And then they also have a place where this is their shopping cart, so that you can actually order. So they don't have to call. I can order online, but you can set it up so they can pick up the phone and call. You can in this case they leverage email to have you click on that email, come to this shopping cart, and then actually choose what it is that you're actually going to purchase. Is it going to be central, test, and you can do the same thing. I actually have and I didn't take any copies of those. I have another, it's more of a coffee shop here in town, and they sell beignets. And what they do is they pre-order beignets every Friday. So you pre-order them and they deliver them, or you come by and pick them up on the weekend. Again, exact same concept. You're going to use email marketing. You're going to, wherever you interact with the customer, whether it is an existing customer that comes into the store and they purchase, ask them for their email address. Ask them for a way for you to be able to connect with them and follow up with them and ask them to come back. Remind them that they loved your food, that they loved your tea, that they loved your baked goods, for them to come back and do business with you. Another, let me go to the next slide here. There was a few other slides I have for some reason aren't in here. Let's go ahead and have a really quick conversation. I know you guys are not asking a lot of questions. Would it be helpful for me to actually go out to Google? We have a few minutes. I left some plenty of time for question and answer today, so I'm hoping that we can do that. If not, what I will do is I will go out to Google and I'll show you Google My Business. We'll I'll search for different restaurants. We'll talk about how do you get found on on Google, what that looks like. And how to kind of begin setting up the foundation so that you understand really what that journey looks like in terms of what people are searching for. Would that be helpful to you guys? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and escape out of my screen here. I'm not sure what is on my screen, so I want to go to a whole new inbox, I think. And I'm going to go ahead and open up a new, exit out of here for a moment, and I'm going to go open up a new search box. So can everyone see my screen still? What do you want me to search for? I'm going to search for Chinese is what I'm going to search for. So I'm going to search for Chinese restaurants near me. And that's because there's a local one near me that they've done a pretty good job through COVID. And was that Jeanette that you can see my screen? Okay. So here we are. This is a Google My Business search, and I'm searching on Google. I'm looking for a restaurant near me. And this right here, what you're seeing right here is these three. This is called the Google 3-pack. And part of your goal as a restaurant owner in terms of helping people discover you is getting your business listed in this Google 3-pack. So that when someone is near you and they're looking for Chinese food, they're looking for tea, they're looking for vegan bakery, that you come up in this one of the top three. And so this is kind of what Google will display for you. And so I'm going to go ahead and click on New China. And I'm going to show you the experience that you have here through Google My Business. So it shows me that dine-in is closed. You can do takeout. They don't do delivery. You can order through Grubhub, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. When you are using, if you are using, how many of you use Grubhub or any of the other delivery apps for your restaurant right now? Anyone? So then what you'll do is I'll just kind of wait for you guys to answer that. And so if I want to go ahead and click through to this particular, here is their to-go menu. Now, they do something really interesting. Now, they don't actually build an email list. So what they do, which I wish I could get them to do that, but they don't. But they do have a way. What I would do differently about this. So I'm going to click order online, and they have this order menu that I'm able to go ahead and order, but they request online order. We prefer you to pay in cash. Thank you. The pickup time is, 5 p.m. or, 30 to 4 minutes. So they kind of leave a little note here that go ahead and order online. Here's the menu. But they're requesting that you come in and pay in cash as opposed to use the online ordering system. But the purpose of showing this particular restaurant is really more along the lines of how Google My Business works in terms of helping businesses find you so that you're able to connect with them. Let me look at, let's see, vegan bakery. I don't know that we have a vegan bakery in Reading here. Vegan bakery near me. Let's see what comes up. It's a Sweet Spot. They're closed right now. They open at 11. Heavenly Donuts is definitely not vegan. Great Harvest Bread Company probably has some vegan stuff. And again, let's take a look at their website. And here's an example of you can order online, you can purchase gift cards. I was talking about that a little bit in terms of being able to leverage gift cards as a way to, increase sales and repeat business as well as increase the order value. If I want to go ahead and now they do not have a list building. I believe they do when you actually get into the restaurant, but they don't have it on their website. Let me see what happens when I click order online. And so I'm going to go ahead and start my order. And they have their own system in place. So this is not necessarily a good example of using a website. I'll go to Odell Craft Barbecue so that you can see what they do in terms of, this is the one that is, you can book catering, barbecue Fridays. This is their shopping cart here. And they're going to link through this from their email, and you can go ahead and place your order, and they're actually delivering, or you can pick up. Okay. And the pickup is, this is their brick and mortar location now that you didn't used to be able to do. So here is the menu. They also have that you can order branded gear now, branded promotional items, which is another way to leverage e-commerce to have people remind that, purchase that tumbler, purchase that coffee cup, purchase that hat. So this would be the shopping cart here. And again, what they do is that whenever you interact with them, they collect your email address, they, sign up for events and discounts, and they deliver on a regular basis. Let me see if anybody's asking any questions. No one's asking any questions here. So that is in general, what I want you to do is, why it's so important to use Google My Business, because that's how people are finding you. Also, you're going to leverage, social media and Facebook to continually comment and continually, get in front of your ideal customer. from that perspective. Let me come back over here. And I was expecting more questions today. So let's go ahead and have a quick conversation for you. What questions have come up for you? Is there anything that that you learned today as we're going through this? We still have another about 15 minutes or so to have you guys just ask questions. Use me to get some of those questions that you have answered, so that we can help you get where you want to go. Any more? Nothing? All right. Then what the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go over to social media. And I'll just actually talk a little, I'll just kind of do a little bit more chatting about back to this journey up here. Okay. So you've got new customers, repeat customers, increasing the average check. What do you think increasing the average check means? I'm going to get you guys to answer yet. Come on, guys. Okay. So increasing the average check means that, and how you do that, that means that someone buys something. It's usually going to be something like a cookie or a dessert, or in the typical, buy more and more expensive items. One of the best ways of doing that in a restaurant environment is to Papa John's does a really good job of this. They have a cookie. They have like a cookie pizza, and they give it away the first time you come in with an order of X amount for free. So they give away these cookies, or they give away coupons for, with purchase. They're never going to give it away just for free. They're going to give away something as an extra the first time you come in. So if you purchase this thing, and then you will try these cookies for free. And what happens is that those things tend to become the most popular. They're highly profitable. They become kind of addictive to your customers that come in on a regular basis. And so when you give it away for free the first time, then people buy it all the time. Those becomes, you don't go to certain restaurants. For me, I have, it's like Round Table Pizza. We have Round Table Pizza here. And whenever I go to Round Table Pizza, they have like these cinnamon twists, which they discontinued, so they don't have them anymore. But they have these cinnamon twists. So I order the pizza, and I always order an order of cinnamon twists for dessert. And that, the first time I got them for free. And they became one of our family favorites. And actually, they were more my favorite, but they became the family favorite. So whenever we get a pizza, we automatically buy that with it. Others, it might be a salad, it might be a soda, it might be, who knows what that might look like for your particular restaurant. But that's what you are, the business strategy that you're going to put together is going to be creating some kind of an offer that will entice people to come into your store the first time. And an offer, this is an example of an offer here. Let me show this from slideshow view here. So this is an offer celebrating a birthday this week. Then your meal is on the house. An offer can be buy one, get one free. An offer can be purchase a pizza and get cinnamon twists. An offer can be, and it's, purchase this and get something. Get a cheesecake, get, a slice of something, a donut, whatever that might look like for you. Donut shops are notorious for, the baker's dozen, buy this many, get three, so that you end up, they make sure that their inventory gets moved. And, you get a little bit of extra. So your homework for this next week is I want you to really start thinking through offers. I want you to spend some time on social media looking for restaurants in your particular industry and, do some Google search. Find out what are some of the offers that either that restaurant or similar restaurants, bakeries, tea shops, Mexican restaurants, pizza parlors, whatever, what are the offers that people are making? And I want you to come up with an offer for your business, for your restaurant, whether you're in business right now or not. I want you to start thinking about it. So that's going to attract a new customer. Because the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to, our job as I was saying, as business owners is to, let me go back to that slide here. We're going from discover to engage to convert. So this is discover, engage. We're going to make sure we're taking them from this phase all the way to raving fans. So they come back and they visit your restaurant often. So that it all starts with an offer. Does anyone want me to actually do a search for their restaurant or business right now so we can actually pop over to social media and take a look and see if we can find anything? Again, we've got a small crowd here, so a small group here. So use this time to help you. To help you. Because I can keep on talking, but I need to know if I can. Is there? I'm happy to do some kind of a search for someone. Nothing. Okay. All right. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that anyway because I have a few more minutes. We've got about 10 more minutes here. So I'm going to go ahead and escape out. I'm going to go over to Facebook for a moment and let's take a look for some. Are you guys finding this helpful at all? Is there, all right, let me go ahead and I'm just going to search for restaurant near me here. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Jeanette. All right, so Jeanette, I'm going to ask you what kind of restaurant, what do you want me to search for? If you wouldn't mind. Mexican. All right, so we're going to search for Mexican food. Actually, it's Casa Ramos, I think, does a good job of something. Let me look and see. So I'm actually going to look for posts here and let's see if there's anything that comes up. Mexican restaurant near me. I'm going to actually go Casa Ramos. Let's see if Casa Ramos has anything going. I don't know that they do or do not. So we're just going to look for some offers. Friday night is Corona time, perfect for when you want. Let me look through here. Need a gift someone is sure to love. Gift cards are available. So this is kind of what they're doing. They're celebrating Women's Day, craving more fresh guacamole. Join us for some appetizers on the patio tonight. Now this could also be done via via email, those kinds of things. Let me see if they have any kind of offers going on their website. I don't see, they're not using this for Gift cards, location. So here's an example of this restaurant. Subscribe to receive updates, specials, and exclusive coupons. So they're going to go ahead. If I were to enter my email address, they're going to then email me, hopefully on a regular basis, to remind me to come back, to remind me to continue to visit them. They're also asking for the month and the date of my birthday to let me subscribe. So they're going to make sure that they get me something on my birthday. There's no particular special offer that they're giving that I can see anyway here. Let me look at Papa John's near me. I think Papa John's, at least sometimes they look at also how many of you, I mean, I know with COVID, it's kind of a little bit of off right now, but one of the things that we do is we will actually send, the direct mail pieces. Look at the direct mail pieces that you get in the mail, that in your mailbox, especially the ones that are the weekly flyers. Look for the kinds of offers that people are actually similar restaurants or local restaurants are offering in your particular area, and start thinking about how you can apply some of those offers. Most of the time it's going to be buy one get one free, buy one get one 50% off. It'll be that kind of an offer. Sometimes it can be if you buy one, come on in, we'll throw in dessert. Papa John's, at least they used to. Let me see if there's a let me see if my Papa John's has. That's Papa Murphy's. I'm looking for Papa John's. Let me see if I can find Papa John's near me. They used to actually have that. Let me see what Round Table has. I visit their website, the curbside pickup, no contact delivery, carry out delivery. So there's no coupons on the website at this point in time. That's all in store. Papa Murphy's, I don't see Papa John's. Here's Papa John. Oh, Papa John's is closed in our area. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. So that has not been helpful. I'll have some other examples for you next week, but what I want you to look at is, let me look at restaurant. Let me just do a search for restaurant coupon ideas. Let's take a look at this so you guys get some ideas. This is something, to search for, and I'm not looking in Google My Business. Let me do it up here. So here would be here's a mailer. So let's take a look at some of these mailers that people are using. I'm going to look at the salsas here. So if I can open this in a new tab. So here's an example of Salsa's Mexican restaurant. Sometimes you get new product emails with no discount offerings, and I get annoyed that there is not a coupon. So, which is not every time you're going to email is there going to be a coupon. But it's your job as a business owner to stay in front of people. But typically, you don't want to train people. And this is a really good comment, Jeanette. Thank you for that. You don't want to train people that they expect a coupon every time they send an email to you, or every time you send an email to them. You want to train them to order something. You want to train them to come on in, but not necessarily at a discount. So maybe there's going to be a frequent buyers club, or there's going to be, we'll talk about how to set up your system next week from a technology perspective. But right now, I want you to do what I just did, do some searching for, here's salsa, free 16-ounce margarita with the purchase of one 16-ounce, $2 off, which is, that surprises me because normally people don't do drinks. $2 off any purchase of $10 or more, $5 off any purchase of $25 or more. So think about, your homework, your homework for this week is I want you to do a search like this for your type of business, your type of store, be it tea, be it, bakery, whatever that might be, and think of find some ideas for some kind of a coupon and an offer that you can use, because next week what we're going to do is we're actually going to kind of start walk you through the pieces and the technology of what that looks like to put together an offer so that you can start growing your business in a way and generating your customer base so that you are taking people from discover to raving fan. So we've got about 3 minutes left. So I'm going to go ahead and see if Clara is back. Is there any final questions for today? Any questions about your homework assignment between now and next week?
Definitely let us know in the chat if there are any more questions. I know we had a quiet group today, but I still found the information really useful. I know I've been seeing some really positive comments in the chat box. So thank you so much, Kate, for putting this together and being with us today. We are going to be meeting next week, same time, same place. Everyone should have that automatic sign up, so you don't need to do anything. Just keep your eye on your email and you'll get next week's link in your inbox. I will also be emailing a link to this recording as well as a copy of the slide deck, which will be really, really helpful. And looking forward to what we're going to be seeing. So next week, it's going to be a lot more sort of technical, less conceptual. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah, next week we're actually going to go through the technology itself. I didn't want to do because I wanted everyone today to really understand the journey, in terms of why we're doing the technical stuff. We're not doing the technical stuff just to do it. There's a reason for it. The reason for it is that we're going to be taking people from discovering your business to becoming a customer for the first time, to becoming a repeat customer, to becoming a raving fan. That's your goal as a business owner. And we're going to actually show you how to set up that system next week, and strategies in terms of actually to be able to do that. So
excellent. Well, I'm really looking forward to it, particularly with a marketing background myself. I love seeing how it's such a creative field. You can do it so many different ways, and there's always more to learn. Definitely learning that.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, that's all for today. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you again, Kate, and we will see you next week for part 2.
Right. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.